The transactions listed below include properties sold for $200,000 or more and recorded between November 2024. Charleston. Megan L. Shotland sold Unit A, 32 Mary Street, to Ralph and Kathleen CSOGI for $635,000. Robert and Jean Siegenthaler sold Unit 7, 161 St. Margaret Street, to Dean Nguyen for $222,500. Gay Sanders Fisher sold Unit 5B, 330 Concord Street, Dockside to Palatine to the Crown LLC for $620,000.63. Amherst LLC sold 63 Amherst Street to Preservation Development LLC for $550,000. James Tolbert sold 34 Cooper Street to Jarrett Hodson and Michael Jewell for $325,000. 302 East Street, John Street LLC sold 29 State Street to Mark A. and Laurie A. Botos for $1.2 million. Gear Interests LLC sold 181 Queen Street to Lucas P. Morrison and Stanley C. Rogers for $650,000. Bertram C. Finch III and Justine B. Finch sold 34 Rutledge Avenue to Susan E. Moore and Andrew E. Gear 3 for $1.5 million. Matthew S. and Laurie J. Lice sold 17 Rose Lane to Vicky and George Matsis for $527,500. Richard C. Walker III and Catherine Ozala sold 99 Spring Street to Edward Investment Group LLC for $1.5 million. 85 and 87 Wentworth LLC sold 87 Wentworth Street to Gear Interests LLC for $1.2 million. Folly Beach. Robert and Jerry E. Monahan sold Unit A, 113 East Arctic Avenue, The Dolphins at Folly Condominiums to Gail Schreier for $1.1 million. David W. Abdo sold 508 East Cooper Avenue to Joseph O. Church for $750,000. John B. Shepard sold 605 East Arctic Avenue to 605 E. Arctic LLC for $900,000. Isle of Palm Shipwatch C115 LLC sold Unit 115C, 7600 Palmetto Drive, Shipwatch to Deborah Vinson Britt and Keith F. Britt for $499,000. Inga Rita Gorman sold 18 Hidden Green Lane to Marcia Clark and Richard Kligler for $830,000. James Island. Joseph B. and Nancy T. Jeremy sold Unit B, 31 Brockman Drive, Pelican Cove to Sarah H. Travis for $210,000. William H. and Anne Lefevre sold 1415 Spanish Moss Court, Bayview Farms to Mary D. Hollingsworth for $325,000. Stanley C. and Elizabeth K. Rogers sold 704 Ellis Oak Drive to Jeffrey M. and Eleanor R. Gray for $2.1 million. Ashton Charleston Residential LLC sold 2016 Fleming Woods Road, Fleming Park to Kyle and Melissa Piasecki for $380,105. JJR Development LLC sold 1516 Grimble Road Extension to Grimble Road Development Association LLC for $300,000. Edwin L. and Helen L. Cornwell sold 1804 Horton Drive, Laurel Park to Linda Rudel for $400,000. Jennifer Nicole Jones and Walter Scott Jr. sold 1058 Harborview Road, Lawton Bluff to Bradley G. Robinson for $280,000. Georg and Ashley K. Schmelzer sold 533 Schooner Road, Lighthouse Point to Michael T. and Beth E. Hamden for $518,650. John E. and Curtis W. Crosby sold 603 Seaward Drive, Lighthouse Point to Guy East Mossman for $750,000. Nanny Homes sold 490 Planters Trace Drive, Majestic Oaks at Seaside Plantation to Alan H. Berger and Leslie H. Armstrong for $372,000. Three Girls and A. Hammer LLC sold 2056 Parkway Drive, Wapu Hall to Carefree Property Co. LLC for $390,000. Catherine Cothlen McGuinness Garvin sold 2022 Woodland Shores Road, Woodland Shores to Benjamin T. Sharkey for $459,000. Johns Island Michelle Emily Fallis and Christian A. Candle sold 1936 Gask Street, Cedar Spring to Jared K. Jones for $220,000. June G. Mullen sold 3884 Bowicket Estates Drive, Hickory Hill to Matthew R. and Chelsea M. Anderson for $268,000. Pult Home Co. LLC sold 1908 Toland Court, Oakfield to Brooke A. Walker for $335,440. Zachary H. and Leslie B. Hart sold 1118 Riarich Road, Swigert Landing to Andrew Fedora Sheen and Amanda Meredith Hunter for $392,000. Danielle G. Ribeiro sold 3058 Penny Lane, The Bend at River Road to Robert Timothy Davis for $253,500. Kiowa Island Windermere LLC sold 720 Glossy Ibis Lane, Egret Pintail to 720 Glossy Ibis Lane, LLC for $2 million. Leslie B. and James J. Jeter sold 511 Ruddy Turnstone Drive, Middlewoods East to Kiowa Island 511 LLC for $808,500. Kiowa Resort Association LP sold 198 High Dunes Lane, Ocean Park to Richard West and Irene T. Becker for $575,000. John M. and Dorothy V. Parsons sold 8 Angler Hall, Plantation Woods South to Aileen Catherine Whitfill for $975,000. Ladson Posterity Holdings ND Investments LLC sold 3267 Pinewood Drive, Ridgewood to Melissa Ann and Peter Sean Sanger for $224,900. Mega David L. and Susan A. Montanaro sold 4612 Westervelt Road, Oak Grove Point to Alicia G. Campbell for $339,000. Mount Pleasant East Cooper Jack B. Robinson, Jr. sold Unit A, 1140 Hidden Cove Drive, Snee Farm Lakes to Lindsay Michelle Simenuk for $233,000. Gregory F. and Grant D. Vincent sold 1475 Belcourt Lane, Ellington Woods to Sonia Street, Francis for $233,000. Winwood Home Investment LLC sold Unit 5, 1127 Silent Harbor Court, Snee Farm Lakes to John C. and Janice L. Mays for $275,000. The Bank of New York Mellon sold 2085 Ashburton Way, Andover at Park West to Jill C. Newman for $536,000. Jeffrey P. and Marina A. Culp sold 2339 Parsonage Woods Lane, Arlington to Natalie Bagwell Payne for $405,000. Dr. Horton Inc. sold 1604 Momentow Street, Avian at Park West to Heather James and Linda Guller for $405,171. Dominic T. and Rosemary T. DeConcilli sold 3973 Blackmore Street to Donald and Nancy Baxter for $636,000. Rudy G. and Linda M. Meebies sold 1531 Wakendor Road, Candlewood to James D. Lucas III for $310,000. Arroyo Cap 2 LLC sold 3564 Wilkes Way, Carolina Park to Weekly Homes LLC for $583,000. Weekly Homes LLC sold 3555 Backshore Drive, Carolina Park to John East and Karen A. Piel for $589,479. Bethany L. Bryant sold 1203 Llewellyn Road, Chelsea Park to Justin M. and John S. Peak for $335,000. David E. and Dawn A. Hatchell sold 514 Upland Place, Cooper's Landing to Robert C. Bermudez for $343,000. David and Amy Crockett sold 1580 Cypress Point Drive, Cypress Point of Dunes West to Jonathan Cutt and Sarah Catherine Slocum for $410,000. Kenneth D. and Jerry Lynn I. Riot sold 1835 Cherokee Rose Circle, Dunes West to Cynthia Lynn Roberts Piercy and English Piercy for $638,000. Stacy E. and Richard S. Green sold 737 Ginglis Way, Glen Lake to Michael Longman for $437,650. David S. and Heather D. Quinn sold 273 River Oak Drive, Grassy Creek to Martin John and Deborah Alice Romeo for $870,000. John McGinn sold 717 Preservation Place, Hamlet Square to Jeffrey Austin and Courtney Wimberlethis for $555,000. Rochelle Brame-Narron sold 1171 Shoreside Way, Harborgate Shores to Samantha C. and Jonathan Wells for $355,000. First Citizens Bank sold 4029 Harleston Green Lane, Charleston National Country Club to Thomas East and Susan K. Cotton for $345,000. James M. McCluskey and Tara D. Millam McCluskey sold 2629 Coral Vine Court, Magnolia Woods to Cheryl Murphy Lambert for $570,000. John S. and Crystal R. Economidis sold 2164 Beckenham Drive, Masonboro at Park West to Michael L. and Janice M. Sobel for $1.4 million. Weekly Homes LLC sold 1877 West Canning Drive, Masonboro at Park West to Craig R. and Kimberly A. Lash for $754,000. Carl R. and Carol L. Dealey sold 1368 Ferrigo Street to Arcadia Construction LLC for $275,000. Ryan L. Brandt sold 619 McCants Drive to Thomas William Morris for $535,000. Dr. Horton Inc. sold 1509 Fort Palmetto Circle, Oyster Point to Thomas P. and Beth M. McCarty for $653,675. Dr. Horton Inc. sold 1585 Fort Palmetto Circle, Oyster Point to Olivier P. Barbeyrac for $623,000. Christopher A. Lee Jr. and Emily M. Lee sold 1492 Ketch Court, Pirates Cove to Phyllis L. Bedar for $404,500. Alma H. Morant sold 336 4th Avenue, Remley's Point to Lisa and Jason Perdlewitz for $528,500. Pult Home Co. LLC sold 2318 Brackish Drive, Riverview to Miles Benjamin and Melissa H. Gaddy for $736,425. MLD Properties LLC sold 3509 Salterbeck Street, Salterbeck Village at Park West to Marion J. Properties LLC for $279,900. Stephen Shabaka and Nancy Kofer Shabaka sold 303 4th Avenue to Adam J. Monroe for $275,000. Ashton Charleston Residential LLC sold 3488 Kayak Lane, Stratton by the Sound to Paul South and Andrea M. Schwartz for $533,410. Ashton Charleston Residential LLC sold 3497 Salt Flat Lane, Stratton by the Sound to Magdalena and Hubert Azioni for $554,900. Brad A. and Lauren E. Meister sold 2544 Kingsgate Lane, The Heritage at Dunes West to Rifle Range Road Development Group LLC for $370,000. James R. and Robin N. Parker sold 2799 Gaston Gate, The Retreat at Brickyard Plantation to David S. Higgins for $535,000. Todd V. and Elizabeth C. Simonus sold 159 Revolution Drive, The Veranda at Bell Hall Plantation to Kelly and Richard Esposito for $452,000. Timothy P. McNamara sold 3252 Beaconsfield Road, The Village at Park West to Christopher Silver and Christina Schultz for $299,000. Ronald G. and Karen C. Minks sold 2104 Summerwood Drive, Thornwood to Michael C. Gaskins for $353,000. Dr. Horton Inc. sold 188 Red Knot Lane, Tidal Walk at Bell Hall Plantation to James S. Waldrep Jr. and Elizabeth B. Waldrep for $450,000. William C. and Judith A. Anderson sold 1016 Black Rush Circle, Whispering Marsh at Dunes West to Patrick McDougall for $490,000. North Charleston Wholesome U.S. Inc. sold 4990 La Crosse Road to Knights Ready Mix Inc. for $2.8 million. S&K Apartments 3 LLC sold 7360 Stall Road, Midland Park to Driftwood Equities LLC and Driftwood South Jr. LLC for $5.2 million. Henry D. Jowers sold 2121 Captain Avenue to Rehoboth Full Gospel Ministry for $250,000. Prime Property Group LLC sold 1174 North Boulevard to Daniel R. Hoadley for $254,000. Ravenel Hugh B. and Sharon P. Miller sold 5654 Middle Creek Road to Sean Jeffrey and Kerry Collins for $424,000. Hunter Quinn Homes LLC sold 3963 Burbris Lane, Poplar Grove to Thomas Raymond and Margaret Patricia Brooks for $366,930. Seabrook Island Bet C.J. Addy sold 2165 Loblolly Lane to Loblolly LLC for $304,000. Betty H. and Leo S. Weber sold 3021 Marshgate Drive to Lawrence L. Gelishtit III and Carol G. Gelishtit for $1.8 million. C. Glenn and Donna L. Causa sold 2963 Seabrook Island Road to David and Dorothea M. LeBlanc for $490,000. George Mullen sold 3740 Seabrook Island Road to TBLB Real Estate Holdings LLC for $1.5 million. Sullivan's as Landmark E. Angelino sold 2851 Middle Street to Daniel B. Morrison Jr. and Margaret B. Morrison for $1.7 million. Somerville Hand Constructors Inc. sold 202 Angora Way, The Pines at Garhagen to Christopher P. and Jean Griffin Lutz for $304,900, West Ashley East. Andrews Laurie R. Van Meter sold Unit 507, 498 Albemarle Road, The Albemarle to Martin D. and Joan K. Austin for $440,000, William T. and Mary P. sold Unit 117B, 3524 Mariada Avenue, The Villas of West Ashley to Sue G. Campbell for $250,000, Gillian A. Lucas sold 4027 Babbitt Street, Ashley Park to Dane E. Saurus for $201,000, Alexandra and Deborah J. D'Angelo sold 4307 William East Murray Boulevard, Carolina Bay to Autumn Brown for $342,500, Bina Pabu and Niraj P. Patel sold 2816 Stonestown Drive, Carolina Bay to Sarah Jata and Susan Schultz for $440,000, Centex Homes sold 2688 Doubletree Court, Carolina Bay to Eric William Reed and Angela M. Ganya for $331,740. Centex Homes sold 2665 Doubletree Court, Carolina Bay to Joy Backlod and Joshua Kurtner for $292,640. Centex Homes sold 2669 Doubletree Court, Carolina Bay to Justin D. and Megan L. Bauer for $337,840. Centex Homes sold 2963 Stonestown Drive, Carolina Bay to Darren Weston Nicole H. Stowe for $529,790. Tracy W. Allen sold 2345 Brevard Road, Drayton on the Ashley to Bradley Kopsak for $357,000. Elizabeth H. Chamberlain sold 7 Huguenot Avenue, Farmfield to Shane Michael and Madeline Martin Scully for $415,000. Bruce and Teresa M. Jackson sold 712 Tahoe Street, Forest Acres to Joshua B. Childress and Ariel Skyferber for $245,000. Piper Calloway Nardone sold 814 Rue Drive, Grande Oaks Townhomes to J.M. Cornda 2 for $245,000. Coral and Carrie A. Smith sold 2445 Castlereagh Road, Hemmingward to Jesse Bunton for $203,000. Teresa K. and John S. Rogers sold 335 Huntley Drive to Michael Casey and Julia Elizabeth Kundert for $359,990. Brian A. and Robert B. Sweet sold 1367 Tara Road, Lenavar to Tara I. Russell for $285,000. Chad M. Egerton and Tyler L. Hunter sold 2 Roslyn Drive, Mayfair at Shadow Moss Plantation to Christopher Saddlemeyer for $275,000. Paul A. and Gail T. Calder sold 68 Brisbane Drive, Parkshaw to William Simons and Helen Rose Roper Duvall for $390,000. Wanda Wild Paxton sold 514 Sunset Drive, Parkwood Estates to Alexandra Nicole Helms Myers and Casey South Myers for $232,500. Chandler B. Dabbitt sold 3189 Conservancy Lane, Rice Field of Carolina Bay to Andrew Michael and Lauren Michelle Huckey for $340,000. Mark T. and Christina Jackson sold 321 Clayton Drive, Stone Creek to Michael West Wisser and Hannah K. Archer for $325,000. Quashley Point LLC sold 1606 Shady Pine Road, The Point at Rhodes Crossing to Ashton Charleston Residential LLC for $246,300. Quashley Point LLC sold 1610 Shady Pine Road, The Point at Rhodes Crossing to Ashton Charleston Residential LLC for $985,200. David Joe Eisenbarger sold 703 Ponderosa Drive, The Ponderosa to Joyce V. Moore for $226,000. Catherine L. Siegeling sold 3426 Forest Glen Drive, The Willows at Village Green to Michael W. and Catherine Edwards for $294,000. Mary L. Thompson sold 1857 Sandcroft Drive, West Ashley Plantation to Clara Lendvay for $250,000. Berkeley County. Transactions listed below include properties sold for $200,000 or more and recorded between November 1317, Charleston. William G. Schroeder sold 1471 Water Edge Drive, The Peninsula to Matthew Ryan Behrens for $293,000. Daniel Island. Adam J. Kiefer and Namrita K. He sold 1411 Wando View Street, Old Landing at Smythe Park to Joseph Nolan and Bethany S. Myers for $835,000. William A. and Teresa L. Kelly sold Unit 7204, 130 River Landing Drive, Daniel Landing condos to Gouverne M. and Nancy L. Sazjanelp for $220,000. John Bradley and Parney and Hellingbird sold 1315 Smythe Street, Smythe Park to Douglas Everett Martin and Emma Marta Astrid Martin for $1.1 million. Joseph N. and Bethany Snow Myers sold 205 North Ladd Court to Brett D. and Katie O. Budlong for $740,000. Thomas and Jerry Ann Prigar sold 1491 Wando View Street, Old Landing at Smythe Park to Terence T. and Ashley M. Jenkins for $770,000. Goose Creek Hell Atlantic Group Inc. sold 154 Firethorn Drive, Liberty Village to James Russey for $262,820. Lara Renee Hayes and Jesse Ajado sold 604 Abingdon Lane, Mulberry Park to Mitchell Leon Wilson and Terry Sue Case Wilson for $225,000. Nicholas P. and Kirsten M. Aberhart sold 108 Brighton Court, Crowfield to Sean and Eugenia Dawn Brew for $337,500. Peter J. and Laurie R. Brown sold 104 Melton Court, Hamlets to Edna K. Boroskashiel and David H. Shiel for $410,000. Hanahan Calvin E. Reed Jr. and Andrea D. Reed sold 1414 Gemstone Boulevard, Tanner Plantation to Daniel and Rachel Monahan for $274,000. Galloway Family Homes LLC sold 1206 Pasture View Drive, Tanner Hall to Dawson O. and Andrea H. Bessinger for $636,991. Michael Delventhal and Nicole Delventhal sold 1932 Wild Indigo Way, Tanner Planation to Eric T. and Heather J. Averett for $355,000. Ladson Crescent Homes SC LLC sold 4067 Exploration Road, Hunters Bend to Winston L. Williams for $280,168. Crescent Homes SC LLC sold 4042 Exploration Road, Hunters Bend to Christopher K. Marks for $231,444. Monk's Corner Crescent Homes SC LLC sold 222 Red Leaf Boulevard, Foxbank Plantation to Michael Lane and Alyssa Carey Felt for $375,375. Dr. Horton Inc. sold 153 Nolan Road to Mark A. and Dawn R. Oldag for $274,900. Eastwood Construction LLC sold 187 Weeping Cypress Drive, Cypress Grove to Joey Jeffrey Parker for $298,000. Jessica L. and Daniel S. Brazil sold 104 Lower Circle, Lake Moultrie Estates to Kyle and Cassandra Spies for $228,000. Lena Carolinas LLC sold 183 Emerald Isle Drive, Moss Grove Plantation to William M. and Jill M. Loans for $291,583. Eastwood Construction LLC sold 196 Weeping Cypress Drive, Cypress Grove to Shaman M. and Melinda Gethers for $243,625. Dr. Horton Inc. sold 132 Stony Creek Way, Stony Creek to Kyle T. and Lauren Elizabeth Oaks for $219,000. Lena Carolinas LLC sold 227 Sugarberry Lane, Fairmont South to Brian K. McQuarrie for $225,147. Lena Carolinas LLC sold 154 Emerald Isle Drive, Moss Grove Plantation to Raymond and Cynthia Castro for $237,797. Lena Carolinas LLC sold 174 Emerald Isle Drive, Moss Grove Plantation to Hashem R. and Lana Leigh Williams for $224,134. Lena Carolinas LLC sold 145 Lakestone Road, Moss Grove Plantation to Shana J. Collins and Christopher J. Lezan for $217,974. Nikki L. Pritchard sold 203 Topsaw Lane, Foxbank to Samantha Fay and Devon Aravelos for $245,000. Somerville Barbara A. Huff sold 431 Eastern Isle Avenue, Cane Bay to Robert K. and Kathleen D. Harrington for $280,000. Carolina Cottage Homes LLC sold 612 Longmeadow Street, Nexton to Charles Joseph and Stephanie C. Rizzo for $350,150. Dan Ryan Builder South Carolina LLC sold 122 Oyama Road, Cane Bay to Joshua South and Alexandria J. Hughes for $290,990. Dan Ryan Builder South Carolina LLC sold 126 Oyama Road, Cane Bay to Yasmin South Nash for $261,061. James and Rosanna Renee Dickens sold 270 West Spritch Road, Felder Creek to Spencer Matthew Couch for $200,000. John Cruz Jr. sold 431 Cotton Hope Lane, Weatherstone to Brian South and Tiffany A. Foley for $243,500. John R. and Lisa M. Andrews sold 421 Dovetail Circle, Weatherstone to Robert Kenneth and Teresa Lynn Vaughn for $232,500. Laura Lee Garvin sold 553 Seafoam Street, Cane Bay to Patrick Mark and Caroline Elizabeth Popick for $250,000. True Homes LLC sold 134 Rockingham Way, Steeplechase to Dustin Ray Hess and Lee Simango for $209,931. Lena Carolinas LLC sold 754 Redbud Lane, Cane Bay to Amber Clary Alston for $222,915. Pult Home Co. LLC sold 105 Fig Ivy Lane, Nexton to Kevin Robert and Jessica Ginnell Lauterbach for $461,340. Pult Home Co. LLC sold 301 Watergrass Street, Nexton to Michael and Nancy Cakebine for $389,365. Sable Homes at Cane Bay Plantation LLC sold 130 Sago Court, Cane Bay to Orange G. McClellan for $294,070. Wesley P. and Karen L. Harvey sold 357 Waterlily Way, Cane Bay to Ann and George McDonald for $352,500. Dorchester County. Transactions listed below include properties sold for $200,000 or more and recorded between November 13-17. Ladson, Belinda and Richard are sold 514 Sparkleberry Lane, Summerhaven to Rogers and Shakania K. Hill for $236,000. Lena Carolinas LLC sold 9,830 English Elm Street, Coosaw Preserve to Yaki Cheryl Johnson for $267,725. Lena Carolinas LLC sold 9722 Table Mountain Lane, Coosaw Preserve to Amy James Lekich for $325,465. Dr. Horton Inc. sold 4835 Hawkins Drive, McCune to Jose Manuel Aguirre and Marilu Cardona for $249,760. North Charleston Crescent Homes SC LLC sold 8400 Loggers Runs, Indigo Palms to Notco and Nauna Wien for $365,000. Derek L. Brummett sold 8712 Laurel Grove Lane, Whitehall to Delvin Cobb for $318,000. Grace M. Blevins Holman sold 8725 East Fairway Woods Circle, Coosaw Creek Country Club to Gregory South and Catherine M. Gilmore for $427,000. Ronald C. Schauman Jr. sold 310 Wakefield Court, Archdale to William South and Kerry O. Hall for $532,655. Songa Construction Inc. sold 8457 Middle River Way, Taylor Plantation to James Hong for $296,000. Ridgefield and Ryan Builder South Carolina LLC sold 2130 Bridlewood Farms Parkway, Bridlewood Farms to Anthony Warunek for $251,528. Janetta Lane and Jeanette E. King sold 294 Cypress Hill Lane, Cypress Hill Farms to Alonzo L. and Ann M. Brown for $435,000. Larry L. and Marion Boley sold in 3045 Gulf Lane, Bridlewood Farms to Alan M. and Aubrey D. Grooms for $240,000. Dan Ryan Builder South Carolina LLC sold 2004 Triple Crown Lane, Bridlewood Farms to Robert P. and Cassandra Ann Childers for $218,546. Somerville Erin and Cassandra A. DeLetwell sold 102 Teasdale Court, Somerville Place to Jean East Woodworth for $203,000. Barrett A. and Brenda L. Newton sold 159 Lots Drive, The Ponds to Aaron A. and Heather Johnson for $315,000. Brittany and Matthew Coester sold 107 Merriweather Court, Iron Gate to Michael and Fairlight Clarkson for $266,500. Eileen R. Miller sold 203 Pointer Drive, Quail Arbor to Ronald A. and Julianne T. Pell for $229,000. Gower of Malhotra and Saloni Dubby sold 5087 Timuquan Way, Westgate Plantation to Gerard Lafayette for $270,000. Gerald E. and Hannah M. Custant sold 105 Gathering Island Road, Legend Oaks Plantation to Dana M. and Brian D. Leonard for $309,400. John and Jessica Russo sold 114 Avalon Road, Brookwood to Christian A. Yeomans for $224,000. Joshua A. and Megan E. Burke sold 5017 Basnett Street, Woodlands at Westcott to Joshua J. Murphy and Amanda L. Goodell for $265,000. Joshua L. Humble sold 9173 Markleys Grove Boulevard, a Westcott plantation to Douglas A. and Rebecca A. Clark for $215,000. Kathy Pauly Chandler sold 102 Garden Grove Drive, Bridges of Somerville to Gail L. Haynes for $210,000. Kevin J. and Tiffany G. Esper sold 112 Tin Can Alley, Reminisce to Ryan Joe and Janine Masholek for $227,000. K.H. Ponds LLLP sold 324 Western Hall Drive, The Ponds to Shawn AC and Eric Elliott for $414,110. Larry Q. Stone sold 105 White Heron Lane, Kings Grant to Shirley Emma Sanders for $220,000. Matthew L. Murray sold 1690 Eiderdown Drive, Drakersboro to Blake Montana and Virginia Grace Fulton for $210,000. Kaizen Investments LLC sold 207 Fort Street, Ashboro to Christopher M. Filara for $290,000. Robert Harrison and Marie J. Barrett sold 508 Point of Oaks Road, Legend Oaks Plantation to J.F. Stickland for $249,000. Timothy M. and Amy N. Elgin sold 5,105 Tinston Court, Westcott Plantation to James and Kaylin Horvath for $315,500. William W. and Melody Krugler sold 146 Veranda Drive, Whispering Fields to Ronald B. and Erin G. Oaks for $255,000.